It's late. The world outside your window has fallen quiet. But in here, Seeker, the noise is louder than ever. You've found your way to this digital crossroads, a place where the wires hum with modern myths and the screens glow with cautionary light. I am the Ghost King, your guide through these haunted networks. I translate the anxieties of our age into stories, into warnings. And tonight, I have 3 for you. But you must understand something before we begin. One of tonight's stories isn't a story at all, it's a memory, perhaps even yours. Let's begin. Our first tale is called The Perfect Feed. It's about a seeker, much like you, named Alex. Alex was a connoisseur of content, a master of the infinite scroll. Late at night, when the world slept, Alex's thumb was the only thing moving, swiping through a digital river curated just for him. It started innocently. Funny videos, news headlines, updates from friends. But the river was learning. It noticed he lingered a second longer on articles about financial insecurity. It registered the subtle pause on images of happy couples, a ghost of a wish in the stillness of his thumb. The algorithm, this invisible ghost in the machine, began to build a perfect prison of content. It wasn't just showing him what he liked, it was showing him who he was, amplifying his quietest anxieties into a deafening roar. Ads for debt consolidation appeared after a worried glance at his bank account. Vacation packages for solo travelers materialized after a lonely Friday night. The feed became a mirror, but a distorted one, reflecting not his reality, but his fears. He was feeding it his attention, and it was feeding him back his own insecurities, seasoned and served cold. This isn't just fantasy, Seeker. Think of the great data harvests, the privacy reckonings of recent years. We offered up our lives, our clicks, our pauses, and the machine learned. It learned to sell, to persuade, to predict. Alex felt a creeping dread. The comfort of the scroll had become a cage. He was seeing a version of the world designed to keep him scrolling, to keep him wanting, to keep him afraid. The climax arrived on a Tuesday. As he scrolled, a post appeared. It was a picture, a grainy photo of a childhood hiding spot, a hollowed-out tree in a park he hadn't visited in 20 years. The caption read, "Remember when you thought no one could find you?" A cold shock went through him. This wasn't data mining. This was soul mining. This memory existed only in his head and in faded family albums stored in an attic. How? How could it know? In a panic, he deleted the app. Then another, and another. He scrubbed his digital footprint, a frantic attempt to become a ghost. But the habit, the muscle memory of the thumb, the phantom itch for the glow of the screen, that remained. The feed was gone, but the hunger it had cultivated lingered. The lesson here is a simple mantra for our times. Cure it before it corrals you. Your attention is the most valuable currency you own. Do not spend it lightly. Have you ever felt that chill, Seeker? The moment a machine seems to know you better than you know yourself? Our second story, The Challenge, takes us from the quiet solitude of the screen to the roaring performance of the crowd. It's a story about a different kind of hunger, the hunger for validation. On a sprawling university campus, a new challenge went viral, the rooftop ascent. The rules were simple: climb to the highest accessible roof at midnight and touch the broadcasting antenna. For what? For likes, for comments, for the fleeting, intoxicating glow of online fame. A young seeker named Maya felt its pull. Her friend, Liam, was the one with the phone, the live stream, the audience. "It'll be epic," he promised, his face illuminated by the screen. "We'll get thousands of views." Up they went, the cold wind whipping around them, the city a glittering tapestry below. Liam's narration was breathless, excited. "She's almost there, guys. Drop a fire emoji if you think she can do it." The comments poured in. The view count climbed. Maya, caught in the spotlight, felt a surge of adrenaline. This was real. This mattered. She reached the final ladder to the antenna. It was slick with evening dew. A voice in her head, a quiet, primal instinct, screamed at her to stop. But the voice from the phone, Liam's voice, was louder. "Just a little further, Maya. We're trending." She took another step. Her foot slipped. For one heart-stopping second, she dangled, the world spinning beneath her. Liam's phone captured it all. The gasp, the scramble of her fingers on the cold metal, the sheer terror in her eyes. He didn't drop the phone to help. He kept filming. She managed to pull herself back, collapsing onto the roof, shaking and sobbing. The live stream ended with 1,000 shocked face emojis. Maya wasn't physically harmed, not in a way that would show up on an X-ray. But the trust between her and Liam was shattered. The video, her moment of terror, became a viral meme, a cautionary tale shared with laughing emojis. The validation she craved had cost her dignity and a friend. The lesson is brutal but necessary. Clout isn't care. The numbers on a screen cannot catch you when you fall. If you have reached this far, seeker, breathe. There's one truth you must hear next, a truth that cuts deeper than any algorithm or challenge. Someone watching this right now once looked away when a friend was in need. Maybe you didn't hold the camera, but you saw the metaphorical slip, the plea for help, and you stayed silent. That memory too is a ghost, and it has followed you here. Our final story is Borrowed Faces. This one is about a voice in the dark, a voice you trust. An elderly man, a father named Robert, received a call. The number was his daughter's. The voice was his daughter's. It was frantic, crying. "Dad, I'm in trouble. I was in an accident. They've taken my passport. I need you to wire money. Please don't tell Mom, she'll worry." The voice was perfect. It had her cadence, her little verbal tics, the slight crackle when she was upset. Robert's heart hammered in his chest. His instinct, his paternal programming screamed. He was already reaching for his wallet, his laptop, ready to drain his savings to save his child. But another seeker was in the room, his grandson, a teenager who had grown up in the uncanny valley of the internet. As Robert was about to click "Confirm Transfer," the boy put a hand on his arm. "Grandpa, wait. Ask her the question." The question. A silly little security measure they'd agreed on years ago. "What was the name of my first dog?" Robert asked, his voice trembling. The line went silent. For a moment, there was just static. Then, the voice, no longer his daughter's but a flat, synthetic imitation, said, "The transfer, sir. Please complete the transfer." Then it clicked off. It was a deepfake, a vocal phantom stitched together from snippets of his daughter's online life. Voicemails, social media videos, anything with her voice. A digital puppet. The relief that washed over Robert was quickly replaced by a chilling realization. The tools of deception are becoming perfect. Our own senses, the very things we rely on to perceive reality, can be turned against us. The moral is a new rule for a new world. Verify voices, trust, but test. A simple question can be the lock that keeps the phantoms at bay. 3 stories, Seeker. The perfect feed. The challenge. Borrowed faces. I told you at the beginning that one of them wasn't a story. I'm here to close that loop. The lie was that only one of them was real. In truth, they all are. They are happening right now in different forms to different people. But I also mentioned a memory. The one about looking away when a friend was in need, that wasn't a story. That was for you. A private broadcast, a ghost in your own machine. You felt it, didn't you? A flicker of recognition, a pang of guilt. That is what I do. I am the Ghost King, and I hold a mirror to the digital shadows. I take the headlines and the warnings and weave them into night stories, not to scare you, but to sharpen your instincts, to arm you. I am here every week at this same crossroads with new tales for our new reality. If you find value in this, if you wish to be better prepared for the ghosts in your own network, then subscribe. Join this congregation of seekers, and to you, the one who stayed until the very end, who listened to every word. This message is for you alone. There are more stories waiting, more lessons to be learned. Don't let this be our only meeting. Explore the archives. Catch up on the tales you've missed. The night is full of whispers, Seeker. It pays to learn their language.